Hey, hello everyone. Today we're going to look into October-November 2022 paper 2, and in this video we're going to see document production. All right, so let's begin. You have been supplied with the following source files. Check in the folder you have all the files required. Okay, the files are mentioned here, so make sure you have all these files in the folder provided. Moving on to task 1. The first task is to create the evidence document. Open the evidence file N2202 evidence. Open the file N2202 evidence. And there you have it opened. Okay, here in the evidence, make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. If you want any data to appear on all the pages of the document, you will have to either add it on the header or footer. So let's insert a header or footer. Go to Insert tab. I choose it to be on the header. Header, choose a format and type in your name, your center number, followed by your candidate number. Your candidate number is your examination number. Close header and footer. And then next step is to save this evidence document in your work area. So let's save this file, save as, browse, change the format to Word document, and the file name is N2202 evidence followed by your candidate number. So after evidence, type in your candidate number. Save. You will get this pop up because you're trying to change the format from rich text format. You're changing it to Word document. So just click OK. We're done with that. You will need your evidence document during the examination to place screenshots when required. So you have your evidence document open throughout the paper. Now moving on to the next task. The second task is document. You are going to edit a document for Tawara Sailing Club. The company uses a corporate house style for all its documents. Paragraph styles must be created, modified, and applied as instructed. Step 1. Open the file N2202 regatta.rtf. Open the file N2202 regatta. Okay, now here the page setup is set to A4, landscape orientation with 2 centimeter margin. Do not make any changes to these settings. So the settings have been done for you. We are not supposed to make changes to those settings. And then 3 paragraph styles have been created already. Do not make any changes to these unless instructed. So let's look at those 3 styles first. You have the styles here. TSR body, table, and title have been created and it has been applied to the text. We are not supposed to change the settings of the formatting unless it has been instructed to change. Next, save the document in your work area in the format of the software you are using. Format of the software is Word document with the file name Sailing. So let's save this file, save as, browse, change the format to Word document and the file name Sailing. Save and then click OK because you're trying to change the format. Next, take a screenshot to show the file has been saved, including the evidence of file type. Place the screenshot in your evidence document. So go to your folder, you will have the sailing file there, and then you'll have to take a screenshot of this. But before taking the screenshot, make sure the file type is fully visible. So you adjust in such a way that the file type is fully visible, and then take a screenshot, print screen on the keyboard, and paste it in your evidence under step 1. There you have the screenshot. Crop the picture, right click on the picture and choose crop and adjust the picture size. So here in this picture, you will have to show the file name, the file type, and the path of the file, that is the location, okay, which is the work area. On top you have the location that also must be shown. Now let's move on to the next step. Step 2, place right aligned in the header. So we'll have to add the header. Insert tab, header, blank 3 column. Choose the right placeholder. Click on the right placeholder and there type the text sailing instructions. Sailing instructions, and then on a new line. So enter once, align it to the right, align the cursor to the right, and then type in your name, center number, and candidate number. Name, center number, followed by your candidate number. So that's it on the header. No other placeholders must be there on the header. So unused placeholders, we will delete them off. Okay, next. Place in the footer page numbers center aligned. So get a footer, 3 columns, center align. Highlight the placeholder in the center and click on page number icon. Choose current position. Okay, it's because you know where the position, where the page number is supposed to be placed. So use current position and choose plain number. Okay, in footer, it's just the page number. So delete off the type unused placeholders on the footer. Close header and footer. So we are done with that step. Make sure the header is right aligned to the page margin. You'll have to check all these. Footer is center aligned between the page margins. No other text or placeholders are included in the header or footer. And the header and footer, whatever we've added, must be displayed on all the pages. So you'll have to check all of these on all the pages. Yeah, it works fine. Now moving on to the next step. Step 3, create the following paragraph styles, basing it on default paragraph style. So we are supposed to create the style. To create the style, you click on the style list under Home tab, create a style, and type in the name of the style. It is TSR subhead. So type in TSR subhead and then click the modify button because we have to format, and then change the save style type to paragraph, style based on set it to be normal. And now start the formatting. Font style, they say it is serif. Set it to be Times New Roman, which is an example of serif. And then font size is 18. Increase the font size to be 18. Alignment is center. Center align the text. Enhancement, apply italic and underline. I and U. Italic and underline is applied. Now next, line spacing is single. For line spacing, click on Format button, choose Paragraph, and line spacing, make sure it is single. Then, space before has to be 0, space after must be 4. So make sure spacing before is 0 and spacing after, change it to 4. Done. So before you click OK on this window, just double check if you are supposed to provide the screenshot. So here for this, we have to provide the screenshot of TSR subhead style. So take a screenshot, print screen on the keyboard, click OK, and then paste this in your evidence under step 3. Paste, crop the picture to show the formatting done. and then enlarge the picture so that it's visible clearly. Back to sailing. So we are done with that. Now before moving on to the next step, make sure you bring back the style applied to the text here. Previously it was body style, so make sure body style is applied again. At the start of the document, enter on a new line the title. So enter once, move the cursor up and type the title, Tawara Sailing Regatta. Tawara Sailing Regatta. And apply TSR title style. Highlight the text and apply TSR title. Next, modify the title style according to these formatting. So right click on the title style, choose modify, and then let's do the formatting. The font style is serif, set it to be Times New Roman. Font size is 30, alignment is center. Font size set it to be 30, center align, and then enhancement is bold and italic. Bold, italic, uncheck, underline. Next, line spacing is single. Spacing before is 0, after is also 0. So format, paragraph, line spacing, change it to be single. Spacing before set it to be 0. After also set it to be 0. Now you're supposed to provide a screenshot of this as well. So take the screenshot, print screen on the keyboard, click OK, and then paste this in your evidence. Under step 4, crop the picture. And then make sure the title for this picture follows the picture on the same page. Okay, now moving on to the next step. Select the subheading schedule and all the following text up to and including the paragraph ending protest committee are final. So highlight from schedule until protest committee are final. So highlight the text. You're supposed to change the page layout so that only this text is displayed in 2 columns. So under layout tab, columns, more columns, set the presets to be 2, and the spacing is 1.5 centimeter space between them. So change the spacing to be 1.5 centimeter. Click OK, and then next apply. So now if you see, the highlighted text is in 2 columns, the rest in 1 column. Next step, apply bullets to the text from overall team with until 2003 or later. So highlight those text, overall team until 2003 or later. Highlight the text, go to home tab, apply a bullet, and then you will have to make sure bullets are indented 1 centimeter from the left margin. So right click, paragraph, under indentation left, change it to 1 centimeter, 1 cm, and then the list is in single line spacing. Single line spacing, make sure it is single line spacing with no space before or after each line. So before and after must be set to 0 point. Click OK. And then there is a 6-point space after the last item. There is a 6-point space after the last item in the list. So place the cursor after the last item, right click, paragraph, after increase it to 6 point. Click OK. Next, identify 6 subheadings in the document and apply TSR subhead style to each one of them. So let's highlight them first. You can either do it one by one or together. highlight schedule, hold the control key, highlight the remaining. Racing, safety, prices, on the water penalties, protests. So I guess that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So apply TSR subhead style. Next, import the image N2202 flag and place it in the paragraph beginning at the start of each race. So you can find this, Control F and type. At the start of each race, you have it there. Okay, click on it, close this navigation window, and then enter once, move the cursor up and import this picture. Insert, pictures, browse for the picture, flag, N2202 flag, insert. You got the picture there. Now reflect the image so that the flag is on the right. So rotate, flip horizontal. So the flag comes to the right, and then resize the picture. Resize the picture to a width of 2.5 centimeter. The width change to 2.5 centimeter, enter. And then the picture has to be aligned to the right of the column. Align the picture to the right hand side of the column, and then to the top of the paragraph starting at the start of each race. Make sure it is above the paragraph starting at the start of each race. And then next, the text wraps around the image. So click on the picture, go to picture format, apply wrap text, square. You still have one line left at the empty line in the beginning. So place the cursor before the text, backspace once, and apply body style. Next, locate the table in the document. So find for the table and highlight the table. Format the table to look like this. Okay, let's apply the borders and grid lines first. From the border list, choose all borders. So you get the borders and the grid lines. The first column is merged. So highlight the first column, right click, merge cells, and rotate. Go to Layout tab, use text direction to rotate the text. Click on it and apply it to be aligned to the center of the cell. Next, you'll have to fill the cell with a gray color. Go to Home tab, fill gray color. Next, the cells here are merged. The 4th August, it is merged. So highlight those cells, merge cells, align it to the center again under layout, align center. So we are done with that. We'll have to make sure the text displays on one line in column 2, 3, and 4. So adjust the column size so that all the text is in one line. And then the table border must and the data must fit within the column width. It should not go beyond the column. It has to be within the column. And then 1 point black internal and external grid lines are displayed when printed. So for this, you go to Home tab, click on the border list, choose borders and shading. Make sure the setting is all, and the width, choose it to be 1 point and click OK. Next, TSR table style is already applied. Make sure it is not changed. So for 2 to 4, column 2 to 4, TSR table style is already applied. So you just double check if it is applied or not. If not, apply it. And there is a 6-point space after the table. So after the table means before this paragraph. So place the cursor before the paragraph, right click, paragraph, before set it to be 6-point. Click OK. Next, spell check and proofread the document. For spelling and grammar, go to Review tab, Spelling and Grammar. So it shows there's one spelling. So click on it and it shows an error there. So I change it to this word. And then grammar, there are 6 mistakes. So let's check. This all behave. There shouldn't be a comma. So I'm changing it. Infringement, there has to be a comma. Changing it again. Third party, there has to be a hyphen. Changing it. Up to date, let's change it to have hyphens in between. And then include, there is a colon there. We'll change it to not have the colon. And then how shouldn't have a comma, changing it. So we are done with spelling and grammar. Moving on to the next step, make sure the table and list are not split over the columns or pages. The table has to be within the column and within the page, the same page, and the list also, it has to be within the column and on the same page. And then next, there are no widows and orphans, no text or the subheadings should be left out. So make sure there are no widows and orphans. There shouldn't be any blank pages, no blank pages. Just double check. And then styles must be applied as instructed. And also there must be 6-point space after the table and the list. So after the table we have, and after the list also we have a 6-point space. Save the document. We'll save this, and to print, file, print, choose the name of the printer, and then you will have to print. But before you print, make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appears on all the pages. So I hope that was helpful. That's the end of this task. We will stop with this and continue the next task in the next video. See you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.